You're listening to Voices of Roatan, conversations with people on Roatan who are making a difference. This is part 2 of a 2-part interview with Ms. Peggy of Clinica Esperanza.
Let's talk about dehydration on the island. That's a big issue here.
That's correct. Dehydration and diarrhea is the leading cause of death in children under 6 in Central America. And because a lot of the people that, well, I'd say most of the people that live in the colonia do not have a sufficient source of water, a lot of the children will just grab the water that they see that is not necessarily potable water and drink that. And that could have parasites or bacteria in it, which could create the problem that, you know, first they get diarrhea, and then the diarrhea leads to dehydration. And if it's not checked, you know, or the child is sickly, they could ultimately die from dehydration. Which for me, I don't think any child should ever die from dehydration. And I hope that the water situation on this island can be corrected with a lot of help, just like the clinic got a lot of help.
The right education will help lead people to the right directions.
That's correct.
That takes time on a place like this.
And we spend hours every day educating and educating and educating. My nurses educate the patients when they give them their medication. The doctors educate the patients about better health care. We go out into the schools and educate. We have prenatal classes here at the clinic. We have promotoras that are healthcare advocates in the community that we educate them so that they can educate their neighbors. We spend a lot of time. We educate our doctors. We make it possible for our doctors to go to conferences. We have other doctors that come down and work alongside them, that there's an exchange of information and an educational camaraderie. It's all about education. I tell people we're a Band-Aid on an amputation if we're not educating, because very little education, healthcare education, is almost non-existent in the schools because the teachers haven't had the healthcare education that they need. So we're trying to do more, and we're hiring a doctor that is a community health doctor so that we can do more like adolescent health in the schools and teach the 12-year-olds, the 14-year-olds, the 16-year-olds about stuff that they need to know. And for the moms, the prenatal classes, and then we want to do classes for when the baby comes home. What do you do with it? You know, many I learned from my mother. I didn't really learn from in school, but there's young people here that don't have mothers that can educate them.
When you look at the future, what do you see?
I see the clinic continuing for a long time. Maybe not the way it's running right now. I won't be in charge of that, but I think I have a staff that loves the clinic, and I couldn't handpick a better group of people, that from our administrator to the cleaning people. We're a team. It's not, you know, that it's not tiered at all. It's that we work as a team here, and if we don't have the people cleaning, then the place isn't ready for the nurses or for the doctors or for the patients or anyone. So it's I see the clinic continuing on for a long time. There's a lot of people in this community that both benefit from the clinic and have a stake in the continuation of the clinic.
I have listeners that listen around the world, so if people are coming here and they want to help you, what do you need?
Put a couple extra bottles of acetaminophen in your suitcase, or ibuprofen, or low-dose cardiac aspirin, anything over the counter that you buy. For you or me to not have a bottle of acetaminophen or ibuprofen in my medicine cabinet would be rare. But for most of the people that we serve, they have to choose between rice and ibuprofen for their child, or rice and antibiotics for their child. And that's where the clinic hopefully makes a huge difference on the island, because we have the medications here, and that's part of their consult fee.
You know, you do a lot of great work. I just wanted to say it's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you. I am the catalyst that makes other people, they do the great work. I just, unfortunately, get all the accolades, and I don't really deserve all this. It's persistence and consistency.
Thanks for coming on.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You're listening to Voices of Roatan and our interview with Miss Peggy of Clinica Esperanza. People who make a difference. That's Voices of Roatan for today on 101.1 Blue Wave Radio.